My name is Ijoma Mercy Ekpo. I'm from Imo State, Okigwe, Ihube precisely.
Hello everyone, my name is Edet Etim Ekpo. I'm from Bakassi local government area of Cross River State, Nigeria.
I met my husband back then in school, when we were in school, high institution, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Then, I don't have anything about, I don't even feel for him because then in school, school life, I have my own runs, he has his own parole to do. So along the line, though he was ahead of me in school, later on, we are in the same fellowship. That's when we started in the same fellowship, in the same church, but we don't have any relationship. Maybe, if someone should tell me that today I will get married to him, I will not even believe, because then in school we don't have anything. Just hello, brother, how are you? Sister, you didn't come today. Maybe I was sick, or maybe I didn't. I have something doing. But to my greatest surprise, I was surprised when he proposed to me. So then we met in school, back then in school.
Okay, my wife, sister, how are you? Anyway, you see, there in school, like she said, we were in the same student fellowship, and I was the moderator of the student fellowship named Mount Zion Youth Society. As a moderator, I officiate the activities of the fellowship. Okay, so, and then like she said, she called me a brother, and okay, I saw her as well as a sister. And then along the line, I was actually 2 years ahead of her, and her sister was in my same level. So I just knew them as sisters, and then and as fellowship members, like brethren in the same fellowship. And haven't passed out or haven't graduated, I decided to, do my youth service, and then decided to leave the shores of Nigeria to South Africa. And since then, we lost contact. However, while we were still in the den, we did not have any mutual affection for one another. And then, though I used to use one eye to look, she's a very beautiful sister in the fellowship. I can't deny that fact. But when I got to South Africa in 2014, I decided to make a bold step again to reignite a relationship and see how we can, start up something, since we never had any relationship before, just to start up and see how far we can go or run with it. And today, this is still the race. We are still running, and we'll continue to run. Some of my expectations actually, I wouldn't say all, but good amount of it actually come to pass, because the last time I checked, it was after our graduation, when we finished writing our final examination, and I sat down on the floor. I can still remember in the university, I sat on the floor and I was telling myself, so what next now? And my project supervisor, Dr. Patterson Culture, he called me and said, Ekpo, that's my surname, what do you intend to do after now? I said, okay, that I would like to travel to South Africa and then further my studies and, make good out of where I will be. I wouldn't say my expectations hasn't come to pass. It has been fulfilled to about a 70-75%. And I'm believing God, I'm trusting God that it will be up to 100% and even more. So the marriage did not really change. However, it added to it.
Actually, when you graduated as a fresh graduate, The next thing is for you go into labor market. From labor market, you start thinking about settling down if you really want to settle down. Then my earnest desire, my prayer point then was like, God, please help me. I don't want to make a wrong moves
Mistake.
in marriage. I don't want to make a mistake. What I really want is that a God fearing somebody. And I could remember the vivid day, the day my husband now called me phone. Do you know what entered? I said, this guy is still there alive. I just laugh over it. That kind of this guy is still there.
I don't feel that.
I just laugh over it. So this guy is still there alive. So when he asked, "Are you married?" I said, "No," but he said, "What are you waiting for?" I said, "I'm waiting for the right person." He said, "Who is the right person?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "The person is on his way coming." I don't even know. He said, "Okay, bye. We'll talk later." So after he will call, so then I was like, the video the day he proposed to me, I was like, "Are you a man? How far is your race with God? Do you know God? Whatever." But at the end of the day, that's what gave me the courage confidence to move on, and said, "Yes, I will marry because he's a God fearing person." And in expectation, I asked God as soon as I enter into married life. They say, "He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtain favor from God." That God should change some things in his life with before. And since I entered, God he has changed a lot of things in our marriage. And to grant it, God just 1 year marriage, God blessed me with two beautiful daughters. I'm so grateful, but I hope that God will still accomplish what he said in my life.
You want another boys? Oh my
No.
God, 2 boys are
No,
coming on
I
the
will
way.
run. I will leave them for hospital and run. Go back to Nigeria.
Okay. I used to have a bakery. I'm a good confectioner. I'm a good confectioner and a baker. I used to have a bakery, and then suddenly things changed. While I was still preparing, to marry my wife and make ends meet in the bakery shop, I found out that 4 of my staff, they quit same period, same time, and they left the whole burden upon me, and I couldn't continue in that burden. Now, I decided to change direction. I decided to lease the bakery shop, to another fellow, and then went into white collar job and all of that. And then, however, my wife arrived from Nigeria into South Africa, and I just have to make sure things keep changing as a man who has proposed and has paid lobola, and then I just have to do what is right to be done in a godly manner. So after our wedding, however, while I was still doing the white collar job, I was fired 1 week before our wedding. So it was tough. It was really, really tough 1 week before the wedding. And then I said, okay, what am I going to do again? I decided to start selling peanut. I go into town, the CBD of Johannesburg, get peanut in a bag, and make sure I do what I have to do, steam it and fry it, peel it, package it in a plastic. I used to have a scooter bike. I put in a scooter bike and go to shops, Pakistani shop, the Ethiopian, the Somalian shop, the Nigerian shop, and then do the deliveries and get, those returns. At least it was keeping us together, and it was, helping us to have hope that someday, a tunnel light will be open and it will shine on us. At least we will get out of that situation. It was really difficult, surviving, from a peanut income. And my wife, I really appreciate her. She's been one woman who is a strong and courageous woman. I kept telling her, because that period she was pregnant. She was heavily pregnant. You can imagine sustaining a pregnant wife with peanut income. It can only be God helping us through. So God so blessed 2 months before her birth, before she gave birth. That was it February? February 1st. A company in Edenville, Sandwich Baron, called me, and that was how I got another job doing, and I stopped, processing the peanut. And then that job, gave us, a leeway into where we are at this point. So, to say the least, God has been on our side during this difficult time. Selling peanut was not a joke.
God,
And
during the 9 months, I was not eating. It seems like God knows that there is no food in the house, and I was not. I just lost appetite. I can't even eat anything. I was just going, just drinking water every time. When you see me, you just will see no need tummy. I don't even know that I have a set of twins. I was surprised. My husband got. We suffered like that from that June. After I did my marriage on June 11. From that June till February 1st. That is after February. On February 1st, that's when he got was on 31st, he got a call from Edenville that he will start the job. And I thank him so much because he's just a guy, or as a man that is very industrious. He like going out, doing. I will be asking, where are you going? He said, I can't sit home. I can't sit at home now. There is no food. I have to go out and meet and see what I can do. But as God may have it, he started work on the 1st of February, 31st of March, I put to bed. And since that time, God has been so helpful. God has been helping us. Despite sometimes the challenges will come, but God will still show up. I just thank God. I don't know. The blessings, I can't even count it enough. We have, as in, I myself and my husband, we have received enough for God to gave us twins. I was not expecting twins, and God gave it to us. I just bless the name of the Lord. And since these twins came, in fact, there has been a tremendous change in our life. Things has been moving on. The way in fact, I just bless God because God has been so faithful in my marriage.
Okay. You see, the Bible says, he who finds a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from God. Now, I've not just been favored or blessed rather, but now I'm most or highly favored because getting married is one of the best thing I've ever done, one of the best steps I've ever taken so far. This I didn't go wrong because in my bakery I sat back and said I went wrong somewhere somehow, but God has proven himself in this marriage and I've seen a lot of blessings. However, after my wife gave birth, God blessed us with a car. Was it? Yeah. After 6 months or thereabout, God blessed us with a nice vehicle. We've been, oh my God. Oh, that vehicle is called Spark, Chef Spark. You see it move and it moved. It takes you to anywhere you want to go. Guys, in as much as it's taking us to where we want to go, we are there. Whoever that parks his Cayenne, Porsche, and I parked on the side. We are together. We all arrived same time. So, and other blessings have just been coming, okay, from my home, from where we are living, and however, again, I changed another job. I just got another job that God has blessed us with. These are blessings. These are blessings. And to crown it all, I love my twin, and God gave us twin. These children, they are much more blessed and blessing unto us. So we've enjoyed the glory and the blessings of God in our marriage. It can only be God. To start with, I am a school teacher. I am a teenage teacher. I'm a children teacher. However, I'm a cameraman. I love God so much and have a relationship with God. And that relationship, before I got married to my wife, one of the questions I asked her, will you serve God with me? Okay. And she said yes. Why wouldn't she? You see, it was a shocking, it was shocking to her. I knew why I was asking because I could be so carried away in, serving God. Okay. Like deeply engrossed in, doing the things of God. Now, that has helped my faith to grow more in God because I told him that this marriage that I am going to, I don't want to suffer. Okay? That I want my wife passport to be ready, her visa to be ready. Come, may I tell you that my faith in God, God has actually increased it personally by himself. One of the things he did was when he bought the ticket for my wife, I was astonished. You get me? So that alone will keep increasing your faith. And when we got married, on our wedding day, all the things that happened, even the Nigeria media, I really appreciate. It was just God. And what, each and every person, including Nigeria media, did on our wedding day increased my faith more and more in God. So what, God has done in our marriage is magnanimous. I can't count it. And it has also increased our faith more and more in our marriage in God.
Actually, when I was in Nigeria, I used to think that I have faith. My church is Winners Chapel, and we know how to do faith thing. But when I come in contact with my husband, I find out that I don't even have any faith, because sometimes he will be asking me, "You said you have faith. Why can't you have faith?" Honey, I ask you, have faith in God. God will do it. Whenever we find ourselves in one difficult or another, he always tell me this word: I will not cut short. I will not do short way to make it. I know my God will come. We as a human being, you can't cheat nature. Definitely, you will be feeling, this God, when are you coming now? When this thing will turn around, please, this suffering is okay. It's okay. God, please come now. He will say, keep calm. I said God will do it. God will do it. And at the end of the day, you will still see the hand of God in that. So he made me, my own faith now has increased. Because back in Nigeria, I do go to church, go fellowship. But here, it's just now I have twins. Sometimes during my pregnancy, every Thursday, even if I'm sick on Thursday, I will be fine by force, because I will not sit at home. You will never allow me to sit. Tuesday I must be fine. So even I'm sick during that time, Tuesday, Thursday, I don't normally say it at home. I will just, are you fine? I'm fine, so that we can go to church and come back. So the thing has increased my faith now. This has made me, I begin to love God more and more, and I'm still asking God to give me the grace to go higher. The embarrassment I had then was like, being a first pregnancy. When you go to antenatal, you'll be hearing women, hey, I went to this, or I went to this. So then I was like, honey, when will I go for my own shopping for my baby? That kind of a thing. You will tell me you will go. I said, when is it, when this baby? Then I don't, because of this, I keep on dreaming. I said, this baby will come. Oh, I dream when I had the baby. I dream every day. You said every day you are dreaming. Every day you are dreaming. You will go for it. I was like, I keep on. So then I saw that as embarrassment. Say, does it mean that my husband can't even provide money for me to go for my baby shopping? So that kind of a thing, I keep on ringing until it says I did my shopping by January. I didn't even know how God brought that money. I just went to do the shopping. After January ending, February, March, I gave birth. I said, God, you are wonderful. So during that time, it was so challenging. And during that time, you got married now, Nigeria people, they will be calling, hey, brother, there is no food, though. Brother, our land, they're taking our land, brother. So the thing keep on. I was like, you people self will not even, I will tell him, tell them you are not working now. Tell them, please. He said, no, you can't say that. I said, please tell them that you're not working, so that this call will reduce. Because me, I hate every night you be hearing call, brother, sister will call, auntie will call, everybody, this one is not feeling fine. I say, God, please help us. Let us solve these people. Make us to be the head in our family. I keep on praying to God, say, God, please help us. So all those call, or maybe when they call you, you will say, fine, I will do something. At the end of the day, you will not do anything. So I feel so embarrassed. I was like, God, please help us to sort out these things until God take control. During that moment, I feel so embarrassed. I was like, maybe I don't know whether did I made a mistake in this marriage. Is that what God planned for me? But God finally showed up.
What do I say? Okay. One of the embarrassing moments I encountered, it was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 2 days after our wedding. I have the worst nightmare of my life. What happened to us, myself and my wife. You can imagine a newly wedded bride on a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, someone you were indebted to came knocking, saying all manner of things, rendering all manner of curses, making a scene in our house with a newly wedded wife, just 2 days old marriage. It was more than embarrassment. It was more than embarrassment. In short, like I'm saying it now, I will never forget that moment, because that moment kept my wife thinking, what kind of marriage is this? For 2 days of marriage, we had that embarrassing moment. It wasn't funny. So God took charge and he took control and he resolved everything, amicably. Today, we are happy. If I win a lottery,
if I win a lottery, first of all, if I remove my tithe, the next thing, it depends the money, I will start my house in my husband's house. We will just start our house, start building our house. After everything, after the house, before the house, I will take my children to shopping. When I mean shopping, I will shop all those shops that I've never shopped for how many a year interval. In fact, I will do a lot of shopping, and after it, I will start building house. That's what I will do with my. If money, then I will share for my husband, brothers, all these sisters, in-law. They are much. This one will be calling from here. This one, you just use it to settle them. Hey, you go. Don't disturb me again in the next 2 years. You take this one. Don't call my phone again, because they will not even call you to ask you how are you doing, auntie. Anytime you assist their call, is money. There is no food. Nigeria is strong. Nigeria is hard. So I will just use it to settle them. And also, even if you settle them, they will still come back. But you settle them for a while and use the other one, start up something.
Okay. Like I said earlier, I'm a Sunday school teacher. Now, I wouldn't allow the word lottery. Let's say, for instance, I am blessed with money, probably a project, or I got a bid, a tender, and then I'm blessed with it. Okay, my profit now, like my wife said, as a typical African man, you will need a roof over your head in your own community where you were born. So that is very paramount. We will do that just to put an edifice up for us and our children and our family. Even our children, can always have a place they could call a home. And then secondly, I would re-establish my company again, tea time concept, and I would like to venture into industrial hiring of equipment, and to also diversify into the media. Like I said earlier, I do camera as well. Diversify, probably get a radio station, which has always been in my dream, to own a radio station in my place where I come from, Calabar Cross River, and it will be a gospel radio station. So I have a lot in my heart to do as I'm blessed. So that's it. Anyway, I used to tell her before then, if she receives any call, from home, and then if I do not know that person, I would really ask, who is this person? And then she just have to start telling me the names and other names of his brothers. Emenike, Obina, Uchechi, and then Uncle Favor that passed away of blessed memory, so Me, like I said to God, because I never go after any man's wife. So, God, let no man look at my wife, in that way, so that. She even remember one of my prayer points. So, I don't really see her nosy or playing pranks. No, my wife has been faithful. Jehovah nam kpoket ono mi yo. Udi andi ade oto kenye. Ofong snede oto kenye. Enye mana metingi bod mi okong akan maswang. Nkong kong kong kong. Nkong kong abasibum. Nkong kong kong kong. Nkong kong abasibum. If you want to get the complete version, just come to Calabar and we finish it up there.
Chineke na mama ekele. Chineke na mama ekele. Chineke na mama ekele. Chineke na
Mama ekele.
Onye kerua.
Oh mama ekele ekele ekele. Mama ekele ekele ekele. Mama ekele ekele ekele. Mama ekele.
Hey!